Welcome back mga kasambahay. The way you act, talk, and behave can create respect and credibility or the other way around. Lalo na kung country leaders ang inyong kaharap. Nakasalalay ang kabuang pagtingin sa bansang iyong nire-representa. Paano nga ba ang nararapat na business protocol and etiquette? Lalo na at ang Pilipinas po ang hosts sa darating na ASEAN 2026, Attorney Doc.
Yes, Miss Annie, at yan po ang ating pag-uusapan. Kasama po ang isang corporate protocol and communication specialist at ang CEO ng Talkshop and COO of Housing Interactive. Please welcome back to our program. Paborito ko po ito, si Coach Sheila Viesca. Coach Sheila, good afternoon po and welcome back to Serbisyong Bayanihan.
Hi, Attorney Dot, Miss Annie. Pleasure to be back once again.
Okay, sige, diretso na po tayo. Marami kami itatanong sa inyo. Napakaganda po ng ating topic, Coach Sheila. So first question, Coach Sheila. Alam po natin that the Philippines will host the ASEAN. Sa ganitong pagkakataon po, gaano po kahalaga ang protocol, etiquette, at saka good manners bilang bahagi po ng ating national identity? Go ahead po.
Appropriate question talaga yan, Attorney Dot. Kasi these are the soft powers of diplomacy, diplomatic relations. We talk about good manners as the umbrella principle. And then yung protocol naman, yung government guidelines and regulations, they give structure. While pag sinasabi natin etiquette, these are those non-conventional norms na hindi masyadong alam ng lahat. Like for instance, saan mo ba hahawakan, ano ba yung panghawak mo ng fork and spoon, left or right ba? But definitely matters that we have to know to show respect. And overall, lahat naman to nagpapakita ng good values, kung ano yung upbringing natin, kung ano yung kalidad natin, not only as an individual but also as a nation.
Ayan. Sige. Miss Annie,
Okay.
umpisa pa lang yan. Pinapakita
attorney
po sa atin ni Coach Sheila na napaka-importante po ng ating manners, etiquette. Okay, Miss Annie?
Opo. Ang susunod ko naman tanong kay Coach Sheila, kapag may mga foreign leaders po at mga diplomats na dumadalo, ano yung mga pangunahing protocol, ano yung mga pangunahing etiquette na dapat bigyan pansin ng ating mga opisyal at syempre yung mga nasa frontlines, mga frontliners natin?
Yes. Amang tanong yan, Ms. Annie, kasi yung mga etiquette and mga protocol guidelines, ito yung may kinalaman sa correct greetings. Like, mag-handshake ka ba? Hindi naman sila makikipag-handshake sa'yo dahil in the Muslim culture, hindi naayon yan if you're a female receiving a male VIP. And then, of course, proper titles. So, how they want to be addressed. Now, when it comes to ASEAN 2026, kailangan malaman din natin yung order of precedence para sa seating arrangement. Pag nag-welcome ka in your speech, sino yung tatawagin mong una, sino yung i-acknowledge mo. And overall, talagang mindfulness and cultural awareness. Pero on a daily basis, Ms. Annie, pwede nating magawa ito consistently, like yung pagdating sa oras, pagiging magalang, pag-greet sa mga estudyante, sa kanilang mga guro, our bosses, magpapaalam bago umuwi, consideration for shared spaces. So these are powerful gestures of everyday professionalism para pagdating naman doon sa malaking event, hindi tayo nawiwindang kasi everyday, pina-practice mo na.
And so kailangan pala practicein yan. You say hi and good afternoon. Pinapractice din ito sa mga workplaces. Ayan sinasabi. Para at least yung mga ganitong klaseng event, alam mo na. Bawal din pala yung shake hands, Attorney Dot, all the time. If you expect na pwede kang makipag-shake hands dito sa mga Pilipino, di ba, Attorney Dot, yung pagkikipag-shake hands, parang okay sa atin yun. Parang wini-welcome mo yung isa't isa. Pero sa kanila, hindi pala yan. Attorney Dot, balik ko sa inyo si Coach Sheila. Go ahead, please. Para sa mga iba pang katanungan.
Yes, Miss Annie. Yes, Miss Annie. Actually, totoo yan, Miss Annie. Kailangan alam mo rin yung culture ng mga ibang tao kasi there are some cultures na hindi pwedeng maghawak ng kamay ang babae at saka lalaki. So, hindi mo isi-shake yung hands. Alamin mo kung taga-saan bang bansa ito. Ano ba ang religion nito? So, Coach Sheila, okay, let's go beyond the ASEAN 2026. Because we all know we are already preparing for the ASEAN 2026. So, yung mga representatives po natin doon, I'm sure they are already being trained, they are already being practiced as to how to behave, yung manners po nila, yung protocols po, I'm sure iniisa-isa sa kanila yan. But beyond ASEAN 2026, paano po nakakatulong po ang good manners at saka business protocol sa araw-araw po na trabaho, meetings, at saka sa simpleng pakikisalamuha po?
Natumbok mo, Attorney Dot, ang significance ng social graces sa good manners. Because as a matter of fact, ongoing ngayon yung training ng talk shop sa Department of Tourism on protocol, social graces, and etiquette in preparation nga for our hosting of ASEAN 2026. Pero pag pinag-aralan mo, walang masyadong pinagkaiba eh. Dun sa everyday decency and communication guidelines na gagawin mo, articulated competencies na nagpapakita not only ng iyong credibility but also your sense of compassion. So, for instance, hindi ka na kailangan pumunta sa isang ceremonial event. Sa day-to-day meeting mo lang, huwag kang nakikipag-away, matuto kang makinig. And when you listen, it's listening, not to respond, but listening to understand. Then, applying the decorum that you would normally use in informal events, pwede rin gawin sa bahay. Tulad ng, huwag masyadong mabilis kumain para makasabay ka naman sa family mo, or huwag masyadong mabagal. So, makikiayon ka rin. And then, of course, above all, our presence, our communication should be a gift. Kailangan nakakatulong, nakakagaan ng loob. So we have to choose our words and be careful when it comes to our action. Kasi baka may gusto kang i-communicate pero iba yung nababasa kasi hindi mo pinag-isipan.
Oh, ito, okay. Attorney. Yan. Attorney, may follow-up kayo?
Miss Annie,
okay, go. Please.
Well, I would just like to react dun sa sinabi po ni Ma'am Sheila na talagang hindi mo naman na kailangang magkaroon ng separate na protocols. Yung ginagawa mo sa bahay, sa opisina, magagawa mo rin yun if you know what to do. Example, Miss Annie at saka Coach Sheila, yung pagbate, yung greeting, basic po yun eh. Kailangan marunong kang bumate, good afternoon, di ba? Hello po. Pangalawa, yung attire. I think yung attire is very important. Hindi ka pwedeng magsuot ng naka-shorts ka sa isang formal event, hindi po ba? At saka masyadong sexy. May mga culture talaga na ayaw nila yung nagpapakita ng dito sa above the breast, no?
Privilege.
And Miss Annie, isa Miss Annie na ako mismo naiinis ako, yung maingay. I'm sorry, pero may mga ibang cultures na talagang they don't care about the other people surrounding them.
That's
I think
correct.
respect yun, na wag naman kayong magsigawan. Kami rin merong pinag-uusapan
As if we're
dito.
interested kung ano yung pinag-uusapan nyo.
Yes, Miss Annie. Pero meron talagang ibang culture na ganyan. I'm sure alam ni Coach Sheila yan. Para silang nasa bundok, yung hindi nagkakarinigan, pero magkakasama lang naman sila. So that is really very irritating, di ba, Coach Sheila? Miss Annie, ikaw naman.
Opo, thank you very much. Coach, sa inyong karanasan po sa talk shop, paano nyo tinutulungan ang mga professionals at even government officials na maging handa sa parehong diplomatic protocol at maging yung business etiquette po?
Yes. Pagkaraniwang social graces and protocol trainings, Annie, Attorney Dot, it's yun, yung ina-address din namin, yung na-mention ni Attorney Dot, yung minding the shared spaces. For instance, bago ka pumasok sa elevator, palabasin mo muna yung mga nakasakay. And don't be right in the center na ikaw yung nadadaanan, ikaw pa yung galit pag nasangga ka. And then, of course, yung proper handshake. So, while in the Philippines, hindi naman kailangan lalaki, babae, nakikipag-handshake. In other countries, it is the prerogative of the female. Kaya, titimplahin din natin kung sino yung mag-extend ng hand. But definitely, informal settings, for instance, you're attending a Senate meeting, nasa Congress ka, and you are the one admonished to the meeting, huwag ikaw ang mangunguna. Hintayin mo si senator, si congressman na mag-extend ng hand sa'yo. Or even in a regular setting, during interviews, ikaw yung i-interviewin. Wait for the interviewer to extend his hand. And don't take a seat right away. Wait to be admonished to sit down. So, yung mga considerations na yan require mindfulness above all. Kailangan alam mo yung not only yung role mo, kung ano yung expectation sa'yo, ano yung context ng pagtakitungo, kaya there are certain formalities that you need to observe. And of course, na-mention ni Attorney Dot yung dressing. Okay, it's true that content is king, but packaging is queen. We are judged by what is seen. Diba? That communicates not only your self-respect, but your respect for the other party. Kaya, not only must you dress your age, pero according to your role and function. Lalo na, pag ikaw yung magpapacilitate ng meeting, ikaw yung mag-host ng event, you have to dress the part. Better to be in that position of credibility na tama yung pakiramdam mo, then it's easier to feel right for the situation and to communicate in such level. Pero pag medyo pangit yung pakiramdam mo kasi mali yung nasuot mo or you underdress, may effect din yan sa self-esteem mo.
Ayun, attorney. Pag
Yes.
ganun pala,
Oo.
may effect din yan sa self-esteem mo. Sige, attorney Dot, go please. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Annie. You know, when I was young, I don't know, kasi mas matanda ako sa inyong dalawa, no? But when I was in grade school, meron na kaming subject na good manners and right conduct. And I heard that they removed it. And I believe that is very, very important. Kasi doon nanggagaling yung disiplina ng kabataan hanggang sa paglaki niya.
Correct.
So, Coach Sheila, yes, even yung values, di ba? Values of
Yes,
honesty, ano ba ang good manner and right conduct, okay? Right conduct, siguro we will have less corrupt people if
That's correct.
meron po tayong right conduct na inaaral hanggang tayo ay college. So, Coach Sheila, tanong po, ano po yung nakikita po ninyo na papel ng kabataan, lalo na po sa business at saka professional settings, bilang susunod na kinatawan po ng bansa sa ASEAN at sa global stage?
Malaki ang role ng kabataan, Attorney Dot, especially given that they're leading the workforce now. Napakarami na nila. So hopefully, yung mga those who are tenured or in the senior role, and those who can give the right training can impart some best practices to the youth. Kasi hindi sign ng confidence yung maging bastos ka. Hindi rin sign ng assertiveness na sumagot ka ng pabalang. Hindi rin it will not also sit well with a lot of people kung lahat ng iniisip mo, sinasabi mo. The young people can definitely add so much value dun sa mga leadership roles, especially given their creativity, their flexibility and sense of innovation. Pero hopefully they will also consider na malaki yung effect ng respect, ng good manners, ng right conduct, especially when they post on social media, when they become members of a group, or when they join meetings, or even facilitate meetings. The same rules that apply in day-to-day etiquette will also apply in the bigger stage when they're meeting the diplomats.
Okay. Attorney Dot,
Yes.
we have only a few minutes left. This is my last question bago natin tuloy ang pakawalan si Coach Sheila. Paano makakatulong ang talk shop para matiyak na ang bawat Pilipino mula leader hanggang ordinaryong mamamayan handa sila sa ASEAN 2026 at araw-araw na hamon ng komunikasyon at pagkikipag-ugnayan po? Thank you.
Well, Ms. Annie, we're very thankful that government agencies are trusting us in accompanying their teams when it comes to trainings on social graces and etiquette. You know what is seemingly trivial in nerve-wracking situations, talagang makakalimutan mo eh. Lalo na if this is not part of your system. And nasabi nga ni Attorney Dot, hindi na naisama yung GMRC, Good Manners and Right Conduct. Tinanggal na rin yung mga lessons when it comes to ethics. So, in our small way, we contribute through training, designing programs that align with the core values of the agencies or the organization. Isang hina-highlight namin, if your core values do not align with the core values of the organization you work with, forever windang ka. So, be selective kung sino yung sinasamahan mo, kung ano yung sinasalihan mo. And if you know that you are with an organization of value, an agency of value, give your best. And by best, we're not talking about competence only, but also good character. Yan. So, mini-merge namin
Yes.
yan in all our training, especially for our government executives.
Ayan. Ako, Attorney?
Yes, napakaganda. Oo. Very well said. Miss Annie, everybody, no, actually each and every one of us, but most especially during the ASEAN Summit, which is going to be next year, lahat po ng mga nandun na makakasalamuha ng mga foreigners, no, na representatives ng foreign governments, kayo po ang nagre-represent ng Pilipinas. Kapag nakita po ng mga foreign representatives na bastos kayo, iisipin na lahat ng Pilipino ay bastos. Kaya napaka-importante po na matrain po natin lahat ng mag-a-attend po dyan sa ASEAN Summit. And fortunately po, yung aking asawa ay included po dyan. Isa po siya sa mga consultants na
Thank you.
kinuha po ng Department of Foreign Affairs. Yes, Papa Gov. So,
Congratulations.
Coach Sheila, again, it was a very productive discussion with you, and we always look forward to having you back. Thank you very much, Coach Sheila Viasca of the Corporate Protocol and Communications. Siya po ay isang specialist ng Protocol and Communications, and she's the CEO of TalkShop and COO of the Housing Interactive. Salamat po.
Salamat, Attorney Dot, Miss Annie, for the always consistently warm welcome. It's always a pleasure to be with you and to share some insights and to learn also from you with your intelligent questions and inputs.
Maraming salamat po,
Thank you very
Coach
much.
Sheila, sa ulitin po.